Hello, welcome to my channel. My name is Christina. In today's video, I will walk you through an easy way to set up your budget using a spending ratio. So let's say your income, let's say monthly income of $5,000. We'll just start there. That's your take-home pay. And now we're gonna see if you were doing the 60-40, how much should be on your fixed expenses. So you do the 5,000 times the 60%, and it says that your fixed should be about $3,000. And then so what you have left with is the $2,000. This $3,000, as I said, that's where you're gonna allocate your rent, your mortgage, car payments, any student loans that you're paying back, any credit cards you're paying back should all come from this $3,000. And then now you have $2,000 left over that you can use for, as I said, investments. Pay yourself first, that's real, so you want to make sure you have investments, as well as short-term savings, and then the guilt-free spending. So what I recommend for everyone when it comes to your investments, I always say for your 401k, start with 10%. It may seem like a lot, but if you pay yourself first, it's pre-tax, you are looking for the longevity of your wealth. So that's very important. So in terms of a 401k, a Roth IRA, whatever that is, that should be about 10%. Based on your goals, this part may shift. So for short term, it could be anywhere between 10 and 20%. But let's do 10 here. And as I said, this guilt-free spending. So 60 for the fixed expenses, 10 for the long-term investment, the short-term savings, as well as the guilt-free spending. So the short-term savings, as I said, that could be the car that you're gonna buy this year. It could be the vacation you're gonna take with your family, going to Disney for the first time, whatever that may be. And then the guilt-free spending is, I think this is important. As I said, I don't want you to feel like you have this shackle to your foot that you're stuck home eating ramen, as I said. Like, this is something where you go out to dinner, you have your happy hours, you have your date nights, like whatever that is, that should come from this guilt-free spending. These numbers can shift. Let's say this year you want to buy a house, you want to have enough money for a down payment. Maybe your short-term percentage this year is 15%. Maybe you have less guilt-free spending. The one I would not change or adjust to is this investments. Because as I said, it's pre-tax, you get that benefit of it as well, and it's for your long-term future. I would not recommend less than 10% there, but this is where I feel like this 30% here you can play with. So this is the example of, as I said, how to do your 60-40 spending ratio. Again, when you look at your finances, don't freak out. Let's say you look at your finances, you're like, wow, my fixed expenses, it's more than 60%. What if it's 70%? What if it's 80%? This is a good exercise to see where your ratio is and to really understand how you're spending your money. I think that is the first thing that is most important, is establishing that awareness. So now we're going to talk about behaviors. So when it comes to finance behaviors, right, as I said in the first video, we determined how we were going to spend our time and who we're going to spend our time with. As I said, all of those things impact your daily behaviors when it comes to finance. So finance, goals, behaviors. Usually when it comes to really any goal, right? You all know what we're supposed to do. We want to lose weight, we got to eat right, we got to work out. The same applies to personal finance. Everyone knows what you're supposed to do, right? You're supposed to save where you can, be very mindful of your spending as well on a day-to-day basis. But I'm going to list some behaviors that I feel work for me and my family. So the first thing I think is very important is the awareness level, right? The best way to really understand how much you spend, honestly, is cash. So if you are spending, if you have some people call it an envelope system, or where they have set amount of money where they want to spend towards their groceries, towards going out, towards happy hour, operating in cash is a clear way to really have a limit to what's spent. If you have a credit card, it's swipe, right? I mean, it's like you give your information out there and you just keep on going, right? But if you have cash, it ends. The second behavior that I also think is important when establishing your goals is being able to say no, right? You have to be able to say no to certain things that are not aligned with your goals and also not aligned with how you want to spend your money. So when it comes to the guilt-free spending, you're choosing the behaviors and the areas in your life where you want to spend money, but you also have to say no to things that are not aligned to that. Especially as a working parent, we're invited to, whether it's parties or we're invited to go out. I'm not saying don't go out, but really go out spend your time and money where you want to, where areas where you're gonna feel great about it, as opposed to feeling obliged. And then the third thing I would say is reward yourself, right? Once you establish what you're trying to do, right? You have your goals set, you have your long-term goals that you're trying to reach for that year, you have your short-term goals that you're saving throughout the year as well, and you should reward yourself in the sense of, okay, I want to save X by this date. If you reach that goal, I'm not saying go spend your money, go spend all of it, but give yourself the opportunity to enjoy it. Maybe it's just going to the movies, something that is going to give you joy, but without breaking the bank. I can definitely delve into this further. If you have any questions, you have any comments, leave them down in the comments section. If you want me to go through a full debt repayment plan, what credit card to pay, when to pay it, I'm happy to do that. So definitely just leave your comments and questions in the comments section. Subscribe, like, do all the things, and I can definitely delve in further as needed. Thank you.